The global consequences of Iran acquiring nuclear weapons. The prospect of Iran obtaining nuclear weapons is one of the most alarming geopolitical threats in the modern world. Given Iran's history of regional conflicts, ideological opposition to Western powers, and contentious relationships with neighboring states, the introduction of nuclear weapons into its arsenal could destabilize the Middle East and have far-reaching global consequences. 1. A regional arms race. If Iran were to acquire nuclear weapons, it would almost certainly trigger a nuclear arms race in the Middle East. Countries such as Saudi Arabia, Turkey, and Egypt, which have long-standing rivalries or security concerns regarding Iran, might feel compelled to develop their nuclear programs. Saudi Arabia, in particular, has previously signaled its willingness to pursue nuclear capabilities if Iran does. This escalation would dramatically increase tensions and heighten the risk of conflict. 2. Increased threat to Israel. Iran has repeatedly expressed hostility toward Israel, and its leaders have threatened the country's existence. A nuclear-armed Iran could embolden groups like Hezbollah and Hamas, which already receive Iranian support, making them more aggressive in their actions against Israel. The Israeli government has long maintained a policy of preventing hostile nations from acquiring nuclear weapons, as seen in its past strikes on nuclear facilities in Iraq, 1981, and Syria, 2007. If Iran reaches an atomic threshold, Israel may be forced to take drastic preemptive measures, potentially leading to open warfare. 3. Emboldening Iran's influence and proxy warfare. Iran has established a strong network of proxy forces throughout the Middle East, including Hezbollah in Lebanon, the Houthis in Yemen, and militias in Iraq and Syria. If Iran were to become a nuclear power, it could use its newfound status to escalate its regional ambitions, intensifying conflicts in Lebanon, Syria, Yemen, and even the Persian Gulf. The fear of nuclear retaliation might deter Western and Arab nations from directly countering Iranian aggression, allowing it to act with greater impunity. 4. Destabilization of the global economy. Iran's geographic position gives it control over the Strait of Hormuz, a critical choke point through which approximately 20% of the world's oil supply passes. If Iran were to threaten or block this passage under the shield of nuclear deterrence, global oil prices could skyrocket, causing economic turmoil. The mere threat of a nuclear confrontation in the region could also lead to market instability and widespread economic consequences. 5. Weakening of international non-proliferation efforts. The global non-proliferation regime, led by the Treaty on the Non-Proliferation of Nuclear Weapons (NPT), could suffer a severe setback if Iran were to acquire nuclear weapons. Other nations might lose faith in international agreements and pursue their nuclear programs. North Korea has already demonstrated how a nation can develop nuclear weapons despite global opposition, and Iran following the same path could further erode diplomatic efforts to curb nuclear proliferation worldwide. 6. Potential U.S. and allied military action. The United States and its allies have long viewed a nuclear Iran as unacceptable. If Iran reaches the brink of nuclear capability, the U.S. and Israel might consider military strikes to neutralize the threat. Such actions could lead to a broader regional war, with Iran retaliating against American and Israeli interests worldwide. Cyber warfare, terrorist attacks, and military confrontations in the Persian Gulf would likely follow, potentially drawing in NATO and Gulf states. In conclusion, Iran's acquisition of nuclear weapons would dramatically alter the global security landscape. It would likely spark an arms race, threaten regional stability, embolden Iran's proxies, and undermine the global economy. The international community must take decisive diplomatic and strategic actions to prevent Iran from achieving nuclear capability. Whether through diplomatic negotiations, economic sanctions, or military deterrence, the world must act to ensure that the Middle East does not become a nuclear battleground. Please give us a like. It will help this channel to continue to bring you more stories like this. And thanks for watching.